Welcome back, Odooers. Let's face it, even though we try to be as accurate as possible, human error is unavoidable. That's why we perform inventory audits and adjustments, so we can keep our real stock levels and database stock levels in sync, so we can say bye 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 to errors, losses, and thefts. For those unaware, inventory adjustments are necessary increases or decreases we need to make to our stock in order to account for errors, losses, and thefts. That's why we need to make sure to adjust our inventory when the quantity of items in a physical location isn't the same as the quantity of items recorded in our database. Most companies legally have to perform at least one full stock count every year, but we like to do things a little differently here at Stealthy Wood. Instead of counting all our inventory at once, we do cycle counts for certain products at regular intervals. Doing so saves time, resources, and eliminates the need for us to close up shop for a couple days in order to perform a full inventory adjustment. So let's hop into our database and see how it all works in Odoo's inventory app. The first inventory adjustment we can do in Odoo is the quickest. We'll go to a single product form and manually adjust the individual record without waiting for a complete count. To do that, we'll open the inventory app, go to Products, and click on our Stealthy Wood mug. From here, we'll click on the On Hand Smart button. As you can see, the available stock is already there, along with the new location. Here, we could click New and record that we have some additional stock at a new location. But for now, we'll update the already existing stock. So let's say I found 15 mugs in the warehouse instead of 10 mugs, like it says in the on-hand quantity field. I can change the counted quantity to 15 and click Apply and Apply All. Then I'll click on the Stealthy Wood mug breadcrumb. Now let's check out the product's move history by clicking the In and Out Smart button. The moves history for Stealthy Wood mugs contain detailed records about the source, destination, and quantity of items moved. The latest move, the manual inventory adjustment, shows an increase from 10 to 15 mugs. 5 mugs arrived from the virtual location due to an inventory adjustment to the stock. Virtual locations in Odoo act as a counterpart to warehouse stock, helping manage inventory creation or loss. I can also see where my other stock came from. You'll see that the original 10 mugs were purchased from vendors, and the 5 added items are labeled as inventory adjustment, which is what we just did. So let's talk more about that now. Currently, at Stealthy Wood, our system defaults to an annual inventory method where we count everything once a year. But we want to set up a cycle count for certain products, meaning we'll count our stock more regularly instead of all at once. First, let's see what we already have set up in the inventory application. To do that, I'll go to Configuration and Settings. Under the Operations section, I'll look at the annual inventory day and month, which is set to December 31st. This is the default date where every quantity at every location should be counted, if we're using an annual inventory counting method, of course. Alrighty, now let's navigate to the Operations subheading and select Physical Inventory. Here, we'll find our master inventory list, which is automatically sorted by scheduled date, and places what needs to be counted first at the very top. As you can see, the schedule date is automatically set for December 31st for all of these products. Now let's go ahead and choose a product to adjust. Let's do the customizable desk and change the on-hand quantity to a different counted quantity. Let's do 45 and click Apply. And as you can see, the on-hand quantity automatically changes. Now I'm going to select 3 other products. Let's do the 3 below the customizable desk. And let's say we just decided to clear our inventory of these products. So let's do so by clicking on this action button over here on the top right and set to 0. And let's go ahead and click Apply All here on the top left. And when we do, a pop-up window appears. And we can record a unique reason for the inventory adjustment. For example, let's say we're doing inventory cleaning. And let's go ahead and click Apply. Now, when we look at the history of the product, we can see that the reference changes to show the different product moves. Now let's click on the inventory adjustments in the breadcrumb. I'm going to check out another product. Let's do the wood panel and click Set. This is a really fast way to say our counted quantity is exactly the same as our on-hand quantity. Then we'll click Apply. Doing so ensures that we'll have a running record of what's counted, even if that counted quantity is 0. Also, if I click on the History button of the product, like the one we just modified, we'll see all of the inventory adjustments that have been made. Now let's jump back to the Inventory Adjustments page via the breadcrumbs. Here in the Master List view, I can click on this down arrow in the search bar. I can organize all of my products by using these group bys, or I can just see what needs to be counted today using the To Count filter over here. I can also quickly find wrong entries by filtering for a negative stock. The list goes on. And by clicking New, I can quickly add a product that doesn't exist at a specified location yet. But I'm going to go ahead and discard this for now. By clicking on this top left checkmark over here, I can select all of the checkmarks at once. When the Apply button is pressed, I can apply any edits that have been made to all of the selected items. I can also clear changes and set things en masse, print a PDF of items to count, or request a count. When I request a count, this pop-up asks for the inventory date, the counting date, and you can either leave the count empty or set it to its current value. I'm going to go ahead and discard this as well. Alrighty, Odooers, we're in the final stretch here. Up until this point, we've already seen the benefits of making inventory adjustments on the product form. But what about specific locations? Sometimes it's easier to make full inventory counts on specific locations because products are often stored according to their turnover rate. For example, a perishable product might be stored in a more accessible location than a non-perishable one because we need to be able to access it more easily. Makes sense, right? Now, let's say we want to set up a cycle count for our products in our warehouse/stock. To do that, we'll go to Configuration and Locations and click on Warehouse Stock. From here, we'll change the inventory frequency to 30 days. Great. Now let's head back to the Operations subheading and click on Physical Inventory. And let's go ahead and make an inventory adjustment to the acoustic block screen. Let's do 25, click Apply, and we can see that the scheduled date has updated to exactly 30 days from today. How cool was that? Well, that's all for this video on inventory adjustments. For more inventory fun, be sure to check out our other e-learning tutorials. Until next time, Odooers, thanks for watching!